All right. Okay. Wow. Okay. Everything is everything's fine. Yeah. Okay. So. Whew. All right. Hello, everybody. Hello. Let me check all the systems. Everything's set to go. Okay, good. I feel shorter now. I need. It's the height of the camera versus the height of me versus the height of this chair. I am a tall person. Please trust me. Is the cushion sunken versus that chair? Anyways, okay, sorry. Okay, I don't know why I got distracted. Hold on. Okay, so please bear with me. I have got to check a few other things. But yeah, okay, so this is okay, before I leave for a second, I need to leave for just 1 second. Well, I say 1 second. Well, whatever. Anyways, okay, so this is an emergency live stream because last time, now typically, we did do an emergency live stream for the Random Fandoms Jurassic Park video because we basically covered most of our bases. But however, we will cover what we didn't want that we didn't just want to leave hanging, whatever. So we will try to pick up where we left off at Jurassic Park and Jurassic World and the fandom as a whole, as a part two. So we'll definitely do that. We were planning to do a part two regardless of the situation. But anyways, so yeah, okay. So this is going to be the emergency live stream from the Artificer chapter 3. I was so close to finishing until the connection problem happened and it died. The stream killed itself essentially. It got bored of everything and just died. Oh well. Well, anyways, I'll be right back. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm back. I'm ready to roll. Let's roll. All right. Okay. So, I might start. I might do a start. Not start. I might start reading Fast Bear Frights. But as far as this Artificer, I'll start reading this. I'll finish reading this, and then what I'll do if I have time. I mean, this stream was not planned, so I was like, if I have time, if I don't have time, it depends. So whatever. Anyways, where was I? You know what? I know exactly where I was, but the thing is, the stream cut off at a certain point where basically, while it's true that I know where I left off, it would be much better to continue at least over here on page 90 instead of page 91. All right. Basically, what happened was that Art's he's being controlling of the situation. So yeah. Okay, so where was I? I'd be a fool not to. Kraft stood, cracking one of his knuckles as an afterthought. And I'd be even more of a fool to not know the real reason my out-of-town business has been dropping off. With a guild so prestigious, I'd have the thought. It's a, okay, let me read it differently so I can help me out here. I want to say the thought. Anyways, I have thought throttling competition was beneath you. The sombre's lips twitched, but did not sway. I can see you're keen at getting to the point. I respect that, but I respect that, Mr. Kraft. He rested a hand on the stack of papers. By our estimates, you've lost almost 50 chalice in revenue over the last 4 weeks. Not an easy sum to ignore. I think you will find that sales will not improve if you use the current standard prices for goods as set by the guild. It has done us well over the years. By the way, I'm just in case if y'all don't know, I'm voicing this guy. I'm voicing this guy as a snake because the author described him as a snake. But however, I'm gonna take it literally in that he's actually a humanoid. That he's like some sort of humanoid snake. And he had a Husarian attire, or a Husarian-like attire, and so like I'm imagining a Hungarian snake being a bit snake-like, right? I'm purposely pronouncing the S's like he's a snake. It has done us well over the years. Now it should be made aware that violating the set pricing guidelines of the guild typically incurs a fee of 2 sinum per violation, which, if all your known infractions are to be accounted for, would total over 100 chalice, an even more damnable sum than the expenses you already started to incur. However, if you should enter the guild, a lenience could be given for ignorance of the law. You would be... Excuse me, sorry. You would only be required to pay the 12 chalice application fee, and after a short waiting period of 2 to 6 weeks, your business will be ready to return to normal operating procedures, provided that you follow the guild's pricing guidelines. Water. This one's low on water. I mean, it has water in it, but for some reason I'm not I'm not getting a drink. Yeah, I think it was leaking. Yeah, it's not getting any water from that. I'm going to use this one instead. Be prepared. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Kraft absorbed the information, spewing out Auschwitz's mouth, quietly nodding along. At the end of the drivel, he placed his palms on the wooden counter and leaned toward the man. I'll not only match what the guild sets, I will undersell you at every turn. I will not be threatened or extorted. Am I clear? Smile finally dropping. The snake's voice lost its more optimistic edge. His fingers rapidly twitched along the ledger pages. Mr. Kraft, I do not believe you understand the full gravitas of the situation you are in. You didn't. That was true. If the guild could control traffic of goods and trades around the country so finely as to starve a single shop in a small town in the middle of nowhere, they were more powerful than he had considered. For the first time, Kraft entertained the possibility that joining the guild may be the safest option. Excuse me. Crafted goods have been well regulated across the country for years. Your work has been upsetting a very fine balance that has kept the economy running. Do you really want that on your head? No, he didn't. He tried to be careful, but the sudden influx of quality goods at such a low price must be destroying so many lives throughout the kingdom. He was so worried about flooding the market with advanced tech by accident that he started to neglect flooding the market in general. And now there's just a huge flood of like markets. I am not comfortable with this camera angle. Where was it? Okay. Oh, he speaks a lot. And let us not forget those supposedly amazing weapons you have. We know you have been making arms without a proper license. And if the royal guard were to catch wind of that, well, life in prison as an agitator of the crown is a pitiable end. Those weapons, especially the new ones you innovated, are heavily regulated until they can be properly observed and used by the principality. For plebeians to have access to such dangerous tools is foolish. Auschwitz was making a lot of sense. Kraft had been middling a narrow line with how he was handling his wares. Many of the swords and shields he produced over his time in Tom Meloda had been given had been given to the town guard, but he hadn't known it would. But he hadn't known it would have gotten him thrown in prison. Why hadn't someone told him about licensing and Hartwitz? Stop! Ice danced beneath Kraft's skin. Chilled water dumped straight along his nerves. When the sensation hit his mark, it quickly shifted into a fire that consumed his arm, making him flinch and flail until the sensation subsided. He looked to Auschwitz and found the bespectacled man's snarl. The Sombrance fingers tapped at the pages again, only to stop when a knife was slammed between them. Kraft turned to find Rind at the other end, her face red and her teeth bared. Try another incantation, and the only thing being cast will be your fingers into the snow, she hissed, pushing the blade deeper into the paper stack. Rind's throat rumbled with rage. To think the guild would stoop so low as to use magic to manipulate a deal. I suppose I was naive to believe better of you. Miss Thendress, I was unaware you frequented this establishment, the man snapped. He pulled his hand away from the blade and gripped the uninjured digits as if he had actually been slashed. Clearly, your clientele are just the dregs of the guild, Mr. Kraft. She's not a client, she's my employee, Kraft growled. See, growled. You're actually using different terminology here and not just hummed. Kraft growled. He reached under the bar and pulled his original shotgun free, leveling the barrel at Atwood's face. And if you're not going to be a client, you're going to be a fertilizer. Damn. I don't care how smart you think you are trying to pull something like that again, and I'll paint my walls with your brains. Now, I thought I was being very polite in my letter, but if you're going to be underhanded with me, I'll be blunt with you. Shove off. The guild's not getting a tenth of my work, and you can tell them personally your actions here today are the reason I'm going to run them out of business. Now get the hell out of my shop. Artwitz looked between the two, his eyes finally landing on Ryan. You saw the glow on his arm, child. He's been marked from beyond, a heretic to your god and mine, and to the throne. You are making a grave mistake. Oh. Yeah, he's... Okay, let me repeat that. I forgot to do something about the S's. You saw the glow on his arm, child. He's been marked from beyond, a heretic to your god and mine, and to the throne. You are making a grave mistake, throwing in your lot with him. Oh, bang. Like, bang, bang. I thought he, like, slammed the door or something. Because that would have been a great exit. I'm just saying. Bang. Slams door. Exit stage right. But no. Another opportunity was had. Bang. Bang. Kraft fired a shot into his window. shattering the glass and making Archwitz jump. He activated the lever and turned the barrel back on the snake. Now! You could have done an exclamation point here, just a little punctuation. This is the actual. Here's the actual. If you think that I was annoyed by the by the semicolons and commas and whatnot, no, you missed it. No. This is the real crime here. You could have had an exclamation point here instead of the period. No. That's how I'm gonna. I know you emphasis on the italics, but still, like, now. Said now. Anyways, the negotiator's eyes. And in fact, that's how I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it like that purposely. Haha. I have the power. I have the power, Mr. Reader. I have the power now. The negotiator's eyes bulged as he looked to Kraft, then Ryan, then to the stack of papers, then to Kraft, then to Ryan, then back to the stack of papers. Then the door, then the window, back to Kraft, then to Ryan, then to himself. No, okay, he didn't write it. I have. If you're guessing, yeah, I added that in, but it's it's a joke. I love it. He looked at Kraft, then to Ryan, then to. He grabbed the paper. Sorry. He looked to Kraft, then to Ryan, then to the stack of papers. I really want to do it. I really want to do it again. I'm so. This is. I'm like a little gremlin. Oh. He grabbed the papers and tore them free of the knife, throwing them into his satchel and storming out the door. When he was out of earshot, Kraft let out a breath. Kraft let a breath escape. Christ! What the hell did that guy do to me? He asked, resting the shotgun on the bar and rubbing his forehead. I feel like you should have described that he was a bit dizzy or something. Like the magic was making him a little bit, like his speech, or not his speech, his, like the talk, like he kind of weighed onto his mind. Emphasis that he had, that some sort of magic was being played here. And then Ryan like throws or does the knife thing, right? Because like there was no indication that he was being hypnotized. I don't want to say hypnotized, but yeah, hypnotized, I guess. It's the right way. I guess hypnosis magic or the persuasion. Guy was rolling a die. A persuasion check. Anyways, charisma. Jojo, he's using the power of charisma. Where is it? Okay. He was resting his shotgun on the bar and rubbing his forehead. Come here, let me look at you, Ryan huffed, pulling his head into her hands. Her fingertips glowed warmly around his jaw. A click of her teeth and she pulled away, taking the warmth with her. He did little more to you by the looks of it. That was dirty of him to use enhancement. I didn't even feel what was happening to me. Yeah, that was a dreadful spell, incredibly powerful, and his aptitude is prominent in his work. If he'd done it wrong, he could have wound up doing so. And if he'd done it wrong, he could have wound up doing some damage to you. She smiled at him with eyes doughy and warm. I'm glad to have been here when I was. Well, but here's the thing. There's no. I don't think there was any. Did he felt heavy? Is there? I'm literally rereading this. See if there was any. I don't know. There's no indication. So now I don't trust Ryan because there's no indication, or at least I feel like there's no like indication of any sort. Let me see if I could adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. Ow, my knee. There was no indication that he was being like manipulated with some sort of magic, like maybe he felt heavy or like he felt dizzy or something. But I don't know, maybe, or like he stared into the guy's eyes or something. I don't know. Maybe that's just me overthinking something. Creth matched her gaze, an inkling of that warmth seeping into her skin. Yeah, lucky me. She stepped away and looked at the shattered glass. Though, must you really break the window? Easily fixed, and I think I got the impression across. Half the town will have heard that, though. There's probably going to be some questions. With a scratch to the back of his head, he approached the scattered fractals. A wave cycled through the materials, measurements, and specifications, all from memory, and the pain reformed itself. Perhaps it was all. Perhaps it was a few hairs thinner than before, but it would suffice. What'll you tell them? She asked, stepping up to look out the window beside him. The truth. Oh, there's just an ink spot here for some reason. Oh no, that's the letter T. Okay, my bad. Oh, that's okay. The print of the letter T here just didn't look right with the quotation marks. That's what I noticed. Anyways, the truth. I think I just went to war with the Madro Crafters Guild. Do you understand exactly what that means? That I've just pissed off the principality itself? Yeah, that didn't go over my head. Kraft turned and tread towards the door to his shop. I didn't want any of this crap. They want to fight? They picked the wrong guy. And that's the end of chapter 4. Now, what I'll do, since this is still a stream, I don't want to have it like, 30 minutes long, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to read the first few paragraphs of chapter 4, Blades fore and aft. That means, wow, we're almost done with this book. Just 2 more chapters to go. There's blades fore and aft, and then chapter 5, grip of death, and then the epilogue. So I'll read just a few paragraphs of this, and then I'll read a few paragraphs of this to get us plunged into the To Be Beautiful. And then the next stream, when I actually read this, I will just reread those paragraphs of this stream. And then when I'll get back to the Artificer, I'll reread the paragraphs that I read here, just to be clear. I know I feel like I'm small in the street, small little boy, small dude. Anyways, but this is not going to be a long stream. This is probably just going to be like 40, 50 minutes tops. Kraft pressed at his eye with an errant palm, massaging away the headache at his temples. You are overworking yourself again. He looked up to find Ryan approaching with 2 warm mugs in her hands. He pushed away from his workbench and accepted the drink. You can't just go heating up the mead willy-nilly. Stuff's expensive. Ryan rested her hip against the desk, taking a sip from her mug. You looked like you needed it. Besides, the shop has done fine on money. We can afford a treat every now and again. Rolling his eyes, he blew at the steam before dipping his lips into the honeyed riches. The shop's money is going towards the shop's money is going towards keeping it alive. Counter propaganda isn't cheap. His fingers danced along his forehead, scratching at some of the sweat. Especially when I need to fund all these repairs that need unique materials and my personal work. You have yet to tell me what has been keeping you recently, Ryan mumbled. You usually tell me something about what you're doing. And with that, we'll end it here with the book. Now, I'm going to be right back. First, I'm going to drink some water. Take a momentarily pause from reading. I'll be right back. All right. Okay, I'm back. That didn't take too long. Now, I actually liked that. I really liked, I want to say voicing, but like pretending. I guess voicing. I really liked reading out the characters' voices out loud. Give them like I guess more imaginative character or something. I don't know. Wow. Whew, excuse me. That yawn came out of nowhere. Okay, so let's see. I wonder if there's going to be an actual war or something. Kind of want to peek ahead or whatnot. Okay. I have heard that he will release short stories that happen in the same universe. He's apparently going to also make his own little Power Rangers kind of story of his own. So that'll be interesting. I'm not gonna do it like a watch thing, reaction thing to that. I don't know how I would go about that. I know I'm not going to do reactions anytime soon. As far as how I would do reactions, that's sometime in the future. That's sometime for future me to figure out. I don't have the right equipment for that or whatever. I think in theory, I should have the right equipment to do that, but to do a reaction of his series and to do a reaction thing of his Ruby fixing Ruby. First of all, I've already watched his fixing Ruby, so like I feel like there'd be no real reaction. It's just me just talking through it. What I like, what I don't like about it, or whatever. But no, I'm not going to do any of that. But as far as everything goes, it's whatever that's printed into a book, I'll read. I will read the Worm book, or the Worm story that Kate Morning has been trying to get me to read. It's on the list. I just don't think I would dive into it. I feel like I'll have to read the entire, depending on how long the chapter is. I'll try to read probably an entire. I say loosely an entire chapter off screen. If it's a novel or whatever this story is, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna make any promises. I feel like he needs to actually recommend me an actual book. Hopefully. If you're ever watching this Kate Morning, please, if there is a book version of The Worm, recommend it to me. If you want to, you can DM me, since you know my Discord, right? Or comment down below and share a link. I don't care. I'll try to purchase. I prefer to have a hardcover book, not trying to read off of like from my phone or from the computer or whatever. Okay, I need a hard copy. I need some sort of book, novel, something that is tangible. Don't want to be staring at a screen for too long. Okay, now, with that being said, so I'll be taking a break from the Artificer because of the fall. Now, I picked this book or this story to be beautiful, to be the for us to start in the fall, which is now, which is basically, well, we'll start soon. What I'm trying to say is, this is going to be a fall read. Now, as far as like anything, I know I'm skipping that. I've already read the story, so it's not going to be like a surprise to me that I read this. Oh, no. I've already read this. I've read it ahead of time. Blah blah blah. And it's like these stories are short and sweet, but they're also like they could be a little bit better. But anyways, so for the next stream, I will start reading To Be Beautiful. I'll even have to make a thumbnail and everything for To Be Beautiful. So yeah, here we go. To Be Beautiful. So I'm going to read the first 2 pages. And then I'll reread the first 2 pages for that stream so that we'll have to go back and forth. But for this stream, I'm just going to just show y'all, I guess, if y'all want to be, if y'all are interested, if that's what I'm trying to say. There'd be much. I find that I had more commentary about the story for the FNAF stories than for the Artificer, because like that because like it's completely different. It's completely unexplored fandom and whatnot because it's new. It's Artificer, right? Whereas where FNAF, I actually have something to talk about. If that makes more sense. So hopefully, let me check to see if everything's good. Everything's excellent. Okay, good. Now, without further ado, the first 2 pages of To Be Beautiful, and then I'll end it here. To be beautiful. Flat and fat. Those were the 2 words that Sarah thought of when she looked in the mirror, which she did a lot. How could somebody with such a curved belly be as flat as an iron board everywhere else? Oh, ooh. So okay, so she has a big belly, but then she's flat. Isn't she's like a skinny? Is she someone like how like oh she's skinny everywhere else or not? I don't want to say skinny, but like she's just what I want. She's 2 dimensional or 1 dimensional. She's just like a. I don't know how this gets explained. Oh. Okay, is she just chubby? Because there was one girl who actually just fits this description when I was in middle/high school. I think middle school. I can't remember. Yeah, or fits a similar build. I think where like she's not. I think the character is exaggerating the her proportions because like how can you be flat and fat at the same time? Maybe someone said to her, she's like, hey, you're fat and flat, huh? Anyways, but then again, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you technically are flat. I mean, prospectively. Anyways, I'm overthinking. How could somebody with such a curved belly be as flat as an ironing board everywhere else? Other girls could describe their shapes as being like an hourglass or a pear. Sarah was shaped like a potato. Gosh, this is horrible. Looking at her bulbous nose, her prominent ears, and how all her parts seemed stuck onto her body at random, she was reminded of the Mrs. Mix and Match doll she had as a kid, the one with the different eyes, ears, noses, mouths, and all of her other body parts that you could stick on her to make her look as hilarious as you wanted. And so that was the nickname she came up with herself, Mrs. Mix and Match. But at least Mrs. Mix and Match had Mr. Mix and Match. Unlike the unlike the girls at school whom she called the Beautifuls, Sarah didn't have a boyfriend or any prospect of one. Sure, there was one boy she looked at, dreamed of, but she knew she knew he wasn't looking at or dreaming of her. She guessed that she, like Mrs. Mix and like Mrs. Mix and Match in her single days, would just have to wait around until someone equally unfortunate looking some equally unfortunate looking guy came along. But in the meantime, she needed to finish getting ready for school. Still looking at her worst enemy, the mirror, she applied some mascara and pink and pink tinted lip balm. For her birthday, her mom had finally given her permission to wear a little light makeup. She gave her dull, mousy brown hair and thorough brushing. She sighed. It was, excuse me. It was, she sighed. It was as good as it was going to get, and it wasn't good. Excuse me. Okay, I'm already wanting to continue because because this character's personality through my voice. But yeah, I will reread those 2 pages, or technically it's 1 page. It's just how it's designed on here, which is neat. I wish the rest of the book was like this, dark mode basically. But anyways, this was I guess technically an emergency stream. This was more of a like, we're ending this. Now I'm moving on to this stream. Because I wanted to do that last night. But no, the connection said, bye. And so, well, there it is. Well, and that seems to be the video. Now, for this month, which is the month of September, I will be doing nothing but Transformer videos for the collections. I almost there's something in my eye. Okay, for the collections, I'll be continuing. I'll continue. I'll be on to Transformers. 4 videos of Transformers. Look forward for them. I haven't picked the right one at the moment, but see y'all soon in that video. And for the next live stream, either tomorrow. Why not? I might do that tomorrow. So tomorrow, I might start with To Be Beautiful, or next week, I'll do To Be Beautiful. But yeah, so yeah, okay. So don't forget to like, dislike, depending on if you like this video, if you like the stream. Sorry, if you like whatever video, the next video, doesn't matter. If you like any of my content, or if you don't like my content, like or dislike. You have the option there. Comment down below what you do and what you don't like. Say hello to somebody and share this video. There's a share button somewhere. Let me drink some water. Give me a second. Anyways, share, like, subscribe if you want to see more. Ring the bell and the notification if you don't want to miss out on anything.